That. Right, so we're playing Runner Side today. We've got Lost Geeks Val list, which I was interested in playing because it's Reg Val, and I think it's a good place to start. I just think it's a good place to start learning the runner game. Is start with good stuff, rather than tricks and skateboard tricks.
Stuff, yeah.
So I don't know if you caught it. We had a bit of a chat about the list earlier today. What sort of stands out for me was the one lib. That was particularly interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because I had I did a Hishiko deck for Worlds, and I was like, I was trying to decide. I was making space for stuff, and I was like, I don't actually think I need 3 daily casts and 3 liberated accounts because she's got all the money from like Keiko and the companions and stuff, but I just couldn't decide which one to cut down, and I think I just went for 2 of everything in the end. But it felt like a real cop out. Like I should have just braved it, just cut something completely. When people say kind of cut liberated account, it's like it's a brave call, but
yeah. And then my only question was, do you then want 1 even? If you're saying it's not good enough for 3.
1 is definitely another one, especially like not having a labour rights to get it back, which is what I always did with mine. It's like if I'm into a real slog of a game, I know I can just pull them back.
Yeah, I mean that was basically my point. Is I think I'd rather have 1 labour rights than 1 lib, but then you're using your labour rights to get back lib, but then is lib a bit slow? I mean that's the argument for only having 1. Don't know. It's a bit, but I do get that you're patchworking it, and at 4 credits or 16 credits, you've got 12 credit profit over. 5
decks. It pays itself off after like 2 other than 3.
Rather than 3. So I think that's if I was tweaking the deck for myself, I think that's where I'd start. I mean, I'd cut a stem hack, but that didn't get to go down very well. I understand the case. You're not worried about the brain damage, particularly. You've got so much draw in the deck. So many 3-offs.
Stem hack is one of those ones where, like, even though you can use all 3, it's rare that you actually will need to. So there's definitely a case for going, I'll just get rid of 1 because I won't need all 3 in a match unless it's really going horribly for me.
But then you probably want 2 during a game, and are you getting through your deck 50 cards? Maybe you are. This probably goes quite fast. I don't know. And you're probably losing 1 to 0 minimum.
Yeah, there's not a like. I mean, that's the thing is. I was saying earlier, I'm a bit cowardly when it's come to Anak. I stayed away from like 0 and patchwork stuff because I'm just always wary about chucking stuff away. But there's a lot of stuff in there that like actually you would use.
But don't you play quite a lot of Adam?
Pardon?
Yeah, don't you play quite a lot of Adam?
No.
Okay. So that's like
I'm actually Shaper for a long time, and then I've tried being Anak in the last couple of months or so.
That's fair. I think that's sort of like the Adam philosophy is you're going to lose cards, and you might lose breakers. You might end up with only 1 breaker, and you kind of just get on with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're okay face planting ice and chewing up an Anansi.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. That's one of those mindsets I haven't really managed to get myself into playing it yet. Like that's it. I've come from Shaper, and then I go to Anak, and I just build an Anak where I like every card is sacred and must be installed. So
yeah, sure.
Can't really get with the idea of just pitching it away to put something else in.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an archetype I've played very much of Reg Val at all. I'm fairly new to the game. Well, relatively new to the game. I've been in it for a couple of years, properly for this year. I think it's a good starting point. Anyway, what I'd like to do is just look at another Val list if we can pull one up. And just sort of compare and contrast a little bit. It's probably not that list that I'm looking for, but no, but we can go this way. Yeah, spooning lines. So I imagine this is, yeah, so it's on like Ingolo, spooned. What other differences are there, more in terms of the econ? See, Gachapon's an interesting choice. I hadn't really thought of Gachapon, but I play that in a variety of decks. I play it in Sunny at the moment.
Yeah, I could see the mini factions all having good use of it. I put it in my Hashiko deck, and I really like it there.
Yeah.
But then that's got quite a few virtuals for the for Odor.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's fair.
One time each of all the resources is an interesting one.
Yeah, why is it in there? Right, let's have a look. Your main problem's big deck means difficulty finding cards at the right time. So it went 2 and 3 with 1 draw. That is interesting, isn't it? But it's Bridgman's a good player, and he comes 16th of Worlds.
Yeah.
He's on Keiko, so you know he's got the full complement of companions. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm massively keen on the full set, but
yeah, I tend to just stick to Paladin and Taka. The other two I don't quite. I could see if you're doing a big event heavy deck, then you would use the other event one, but it doesn't feel that useful just as a one-off.
Yeah, they've got 2. That's good. They've got a second person joining on the corp side. That's good. Yeah, I was speaking to. Sorry.
What was the corp deck again?
CTM. It's TF34 CTM.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So
be good you don't have too many liberated accounts then.
no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I said like we probably won't get that many people this evening because it's the first time. I just think it's. I always think you to start doing something, you just have to get on with it, and you know, hopefully in the future we'll have sort of 3 groups talking. I don't know if you saw, so we have like 4 people on the runner side, 4 people on the corp side, and 4 people on the neutral side, where they're talking more about gameplay and board state and stuff like that.
Yeah. It'd be good to see if people like watch the videos or anything and have any thoughts on them afterwards. See if there's some more interest in it.
Absolutely. Jump in. Yeah. Aside from that, where was I at with this list? So I think Asker's. It looks. Asker's looks more German. Sorry, not Asker's. Lost Geeks, but yeah, it's the NWE list. And it's just about consistency, isn't it? It's play the best cards, be consistent. Yeah, it's the Pinsel Geist list for Worlds this year was put in Sure Gamble and Stimhack because they're really good cards. Hey, Mr. Meeting adjourned or Mrs. Meeting adjourned. I think your mic's off at the moment. I don't know if you were just going to listen in. Typing. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait a second. Oh. Where do you live? It's Alex, isn't it? You're Alex, aren't you?
Me? No, Otis.
Otis, yes, sorry. Yeah. North London. You're not an Arsenal fan, are you?
Pardon?
Are you an Arsenal fan?
I am, I'm afraid.
Excellent. No. It's a trick question. Yeah, no, I'm an Arsenal fan as well.
Good stuff.
I'm,
Whereabouts are you?
I'm Bath, just this side of Bath. Oh, just say
Right, cool.
this side, London side of Bath. But I grew up in South London. But I'm an Arsenal fan.
Mm.
Hello, Mr. Meeting Adjourned or Mrs. Meeting Adjourned. We have a mic. Hey.
There we go.
Hello.
You just talk at us and we'll let you know when we can hear you properly. Or maybe you can't hear us. I can sort of hear you very vaguely. I'll give you.
Okay, this is difficult to see on the phone.
Are you on the phone? Are you? Oh, blimey.
My phone has to operate as my mic. It's kind of a sad situation, but it's okay.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I have the same problem with Discord as well. So I plug in a webcam
Right.
and I use the mic on the webcam. But yeah, I have almost exactly the same thing. So hopefully you can see. Shout if you want to say anything. We've just gone over the deck that we're playing today. I'll just go over it quickly-ish again. So this is it's Lost Geeks Worlds deck. Came 8th at Worlds. Went 3 and 4, which to come 8th at Worlds and go 3 and 4 is quite an achievement. And it's about consistency. So almost all cards are 3Xs. Your only 1X is a Rebirth, which is obvious. 1X Ice Carver, which is about as standard for Val as you get, isn't it? I think it's been 1X Ice Carver in Val for 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then a 1X Live account, which I think is the most controversial pick. And we just talked about whether you'd prefer that to be something else, whether you'd prefer more liberated accounts. And we'll see how it goes. I miss having labour rights in this deck. I think that'd be what I think's missing, but that could be wrong. Any thoughts?
Looks good.
Yeah, I really like the consistency. I like the clean game plan of 0 patchwork, getting you set quickly. You've got money everywhere, and you've got draw everywhere.
So much money that as you play, I'd be curious. I mean, the deck is proven, but I'd be curious to see if you find reasons why you didn't need the patchwork money, and if you are dying for the turntable. That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair point, and I just worry that you 0 a turning wheel, and then all of a sudden you're drawing for the second turning wheel to try and dig deep.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's fine. You pretty much you always want to gamble on the 0 hitting the. It's still better to use 0, they say, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
So you're probably still going to be on top, even if your multi-access gets put later into the game than you want it, or it's probably still going to be good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, Max, classic example. Max is a great ID, one of the strongest Anarch IDs ever, and it's essentially the ability, isn't it? So you right. Kind of you're sad as things go in the bin, but then you're happy with the tempo that you gain from it, especially in a 50 card deck. You need it. Right, I'm going to jump into a game now, or I'm going to jump into the game. So we are playing against Spray Bizzle, who's on TF34's.
The Malia CTM, right?
Malia CTM, exactly. So we've got to be careful. We don't want to, actually very beneficial that we're only on one lib because they're going to try and blank it. Let's hide that.
This already feels good having only one liberated and having your money coming from other sources.
Very
so
much
you're already
so.
in a good spot.
Yeah, I'm certainly happy about the amount of econ coming from events.
Yes.
I think we've got to be careful not to. What are the dangers in this deck? A benefit for Val against CTM. It's the classic matchup. So a benefit for Val is that you start with one bad pub, so your trashes are a little bit easier. We've got no tag protection, so we need to be careful with that. But I think we've got enough money to take tags and pay them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're going to be contesting traces very often. Don't know what your thoughts are. Is this Ed? It is Ed. Just one thing, I'm sure you won't, but Mr. Spray Brizzle asked no cursing on the stream. He said it's just a thing he doesn't want. He said he can edit it out if it's accidental. I said I am a chef. I often do swear by accident without thinking, but I will do my absolute best. So Otis has gone to get his shopping in and meeting Jen's gone a little bit quiet at the moment. So this might be a monologue, which is scary. Are you back?
It's time for the like the action is hitting. Like, what about this opening hand?
Cool. Right. I think we against CTM. I think we keep this because we're not running for a couple of turns.
Yeah.
So turn one's going to
be. It may force like a Malia Earthrise, which is not the end of the world.
No.
Right.
That's a good shout actually.
Although what you would do, even though you have all these good cards and all this money, you don't need turning wheel turn 1, and you don't have 0. Those are my only thoughts, right?
Absolutely. I'd be. I think
you're really like taking 2 turns off, and I don't know if that's what you want to do because you're going to install resources. You know.
Yeah. I'm with this hand. I'm going draw, install Rezeki, install casts, and I'm down to 0. So I think I draw. It's not ideal, is it? Actually, maybe I'm going to mull this. I think it's a bit of a coin flip.
This because I would be tempted to like take a credit and get Rezeki and Earthrise down, but that's also slow. All the plans seem slow. You might want to mulligan.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I think you're happy if you mull into this. You've got a clear plan with it. But yeah, so someone told me just before Worlds, they said always look to have a clear plan with your keeps, otherwise mull. This is very nice. Can you see what I've gone into?
So much better.
That's
so much better.
Dream.
Instant money, run-based econ. Yeah. And 0. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So good luck, have fun. Yeah, Otis, Bowsy's just had to put some shopping away. But they'll be back very soon. So cards, just generally, we come up against CTM. What are dangers, generally, do you think, for CTM? They're playing against CTM.
I mean, if your money is right and they don't play an event, it's about whether or not whether or not they double install or triple install on the remotes, and then they get a Rashida off, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know that it's really really high stakes the first two turns if you don't make any mistakes. But of course, this one's on Malia, so that's different. But your hand is immune to that.
Yeah.
It's just Rashida.
Yes.
So maybe if they put two or more things out, a dirty laundry into one of them, just to see if you hit it, and then you can even make the decision to not trash it and still let it fire, knowing it's there, or to like here, right?
Yeah. So,
And then on the off chance, is this list on virtual tours? It's not, right?
I don't know, but what I would say is we're coming up against NBN. We're coming up against CTM rather. We don't know if it's on virtual tours. We don't know if it's on Malia. We're going to assume, I think, if you come up against CTM, that there are MVTs.
Yeah, it's just I'm doing the math on gamble before laundry or gamble after laundry, but those may not be the first actions that you want to do anyway.
I think so. Here's my plan for the turn. I install. I think actually you gamble, install 0, click 0, and then wait until your
Yes.
fourth click. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dream. So we're happy with this, aren't we? And I think we dirty laundry into one of them.
Yes. I agree. All right. If you're CTM and you're installing a Rashida and Amalia, what order are they in?
You're going. You've got. I reckon there's Malia, Rashida, Team Spo, or Agenda.
I think I like running the first one actually.
Just do it.
I think that's the one they usually think is safe.
No action.
Cool.
Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's
I
fine.
mean, you chose well. You hit one of the good ones, but it's still so much better to not
Yeah.
do it. Yep.
So that's not bad. We've got 0 out and we're on 12 credits turn 1. That's a pretty nice start. We've got Patchwork in hand. There it is. Right.
Ah. Okay.
I'm just going to grab a drink. It'll be
I
20
mean,
seconds.
it's hard to beat that start if you're CTM also.
No, it's perfect start both sides. Right, I'm back. Right.
I'm having a hard time caring about Patchwork this early. It's so well. I guess if you install both, then you know that you're going to zero the redundant 0.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. My other thought is what else are we doing next turn? I click one. I think it's click 1 0. I think.
You think it's
Maybe turning wheel down. Then 0.
I'm torn on that. I'm torn on early turning wheel right now. I think so. I think it's very good.
Early turning wheel.
Yeah.
I would love to see a second dirty laundry off of 0.
See, I would be tempted to play Turning Wheel and Zero right then and let the first patchwork go
Yeah,
if it hits it,
yeah.
but that could be wrong.
I think it depends what they do as well.
Look at all these decisions that CTM has to make that's taking this much time. That's interesting.
Yeah. But then that's probably because they got a handful of good things, and they're arguing over which of the good things is the best good thing.
Right. But surely that's good things, and two of them are agendas right now.
Mm.
Because if it was just good installables, you just install 3 of them and you have the rest to install later.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Meeting Adjourned. Didn't catch your name.
Oh, sorry. Was that a name request?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Chase in New York.
Hey, Chase. I'm Ed.
What's up, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Good. Yeah, they really are taking a long time on this one, aren't they? Not a bad thing.
Yeah, this is kind of starting to freak me out.
Yeah. Trying to think what other tricks there are in this deck. I kind of want to put it up, but I don't think it's fair to pull up the deck. Like I haven't looked at the list since I knew we were playing. Although I've seen the list
Yeah,
previously.
I like not pulling up the deck and just thinking about good CTM play, like
Yeah.
thinking virtual tours exist, thinking there might be an Ares that's trying to get out.
Sure.
For example, is this agenda ice and a team sponsorship? I mean, that's kind of whatever, but it's acceleration and they have the temple to res whatever ice. I don't quite think that's what this is, but it could be. And it could account for the long pause.
It could also be a Jeeves in server 4, server 5. There's a Jeeves in this list, I think, isn't there? Well, I think we'd expect a Jeeves.
Yeah, Jeeves is likely.
Right, I think we go Turning Wheel, 0. I think we kind of agreed on that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay.
Okay.
Finding a breaker is good.
Yeah. I kind of want to run HQ, but I don't particularly like single accesses.
Well, I like getting a run in. I like getting another draw in. I mean, it would be great to go kill the temple, but that doesn't work yet.
No. No.
Finding out about the Jeeves or finding out about whatever it is in server 4 doesn't really do anything.
No.
Right?
I'm imagining Turnpike maybe is the ice, Enigma. We might not get through it.
Yes, Enigma or something that you can't get through and that may punish you.
Yeah. So maybe we run server 5. And it leaves us a click to click up for a credit.
I see. It's calling it server 5.
Over here.
I don't know if that's a good use of your action, though. Are you going to trash whatever it is? Let's say it's Jeeves.
Am I trashing it? No, probably not. Am I trashing
Yeah, so I kind of think if you get one turning wheel or one central run in and some more draw, but don't let me talk you out of something good that you're thinking of doing.
What am I trashing if it's in server 5? Let's think through what I would trash. I'd trash a Rashida. I'd trash... It could be on MCA, but it's unlikely, but I'd trash an MCA.
Interesting. Yeah.
There's not tons, you're right, there's not tons that I'm trashing on 11 credits, is there?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm going to run HQ. I'll go with my initial thought. Market forces.
Good to know.
Yeah. I think I'll go again.
Yeah, going. Yeah. hmm
Okay.
Okay. Find out.
Mm.
All right. Okay.
I think that's fair putting Rashida. I think that seems like good play putting Rashida behind ice.
Yeah, I mean, they just got plenty of value, but you didn't make any mistakes or waste any clicks
No,
last turn.
no.
Nice.
What is it? Just Data Raven sentries in CTM? Turnpike's a sentry, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't think of other.
Yeah, I think Turnpike and
Yeah,
Data
I don't
Raven
think
what
there's
you'd
a.
expect.
I don't think there's a cheeky Gutenberg in this.
No.
I doubt. I doubt it.
No. So I think we're still clicking 0. I think we're clicking 0 first click.
Absolutely. And so I was acting mystified by all the pause, but yeah, if there's 3 other people and a discussion about, after a Rashida draw in CTM, it absolutely makes sense. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the joy of playing CTM. Is every game's different. Every game's got interesting decision points. I know it's like a very mean thing to say, but it's true.
I'm so contrarian. I just I could hardly ever make myself play the identity, which means it probably took me way too long to be any good at playing against it since I didn't play it enough.
That's fair. Fair. This looks so different from the CTM that I play. Let me just see. No, it's on my other account. I don't think I built it in Netrunner. Let's see. Got nothing to hide here. So that's what I was on. That's from Tammy Joe. I think I very slightly adjusted it, which looks quite different, really.
Oh right, kill plan. Nice. Yes.
Yeah. It's kill, but then you've got the Lady Liberties if you're
Oh, I love the Lady Liberty. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it just works. It just works in CTM. Scoring areas out of hand is quite nice. So they have Ice and R&D Fair, Card Server 4, and Advanced it. So what are we thinking that is? Maybe a Beal?
I don't see any reason why that would not be an agenda.
Could be an NGO. I don't know if the list's on NGO. I think NGO is banned in CTM, but it's possible.
It could be, but you're not showing the ability to run it, so it doesn't work as bait right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like it's very unlikely I'm running Server 4 here. I would say. What ice am I going to be? You've got no gold farms anymore. IP block, I don't want to hit. Resistor, I imagine. Unlikely. I'd be happy to hit a toll booth because the tempo loss for them would be huge. I think we click 0. Agree?
Agreed.
Okay, it's not ideal, but worse things have happened.
Huh. Yeah, now what? Honestly, I think I would draw again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we keep that in hand.
Now, keep that in hand. Now you just don't have an ability to even face check that thing.
No.
And they have three credits coming in next turn. So is an HQ run any good? Like, is it actually Hippo daily caps or
The only
I
other
don't know.
thing, do we patchwork and then
Oh,
I think we patchwork,
yep.
don't we?
Yeah, you do. Yep.
When you player install a card and then daily casts and trash I've had worse.
Yes. Oh, did you think it doesn't work that way? You needed the I've had worse draw, right? So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
okay.
if they're letting that take,
That's fine. We
Is it-
trash
yeah,
the
there you go.
paperclip. All good.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
All right, so haven't really attacked their board much, but having knowing that you can get this I've had worse off and you have a little drip coming in puts you in such a good spot.
Yeah, for sure. So next turn we hippo.
Right, Hippo 0.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've got a ton
And
of
then
cards to play with, and then
Ideally, that would find you what? A dirty laundry and another breaker?
yeah. I definitely like Black Hawk Block right now. Definitely.
Yes.
Although what are scary code gates in CTM? Slot machine?
I mean, nothing scary. Like if it's that one booth, it's just if they're using them for extra, sort of gear check, like some enigmas and a booth.
Mm.
Yeah, ideally you'd find something like Dirty Laundry, a Black Orchestra, and a Stim Hack.
Yeah, actually a stim hack would be great right now. Hey Jeff.
Stim Hack would be very good. Rizeki would be okay.
Yeah. Do you know Jeff? I believe he's in your meta.
Hello.
Hello, good friend. How we doing?
Yep, I think so. I think I just had you guys muted.
Oh, perfect. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Excellent. So we've had a bit of a slow start versus CTM. I think we're on turn 4. We're playing Lost Geeks Reg Val
Yep.
list from Wilds.
Looks like you got a paperclip in the bin. Anything else in the bin?
Yeah, so the bin at the moment is Paperclip, MK Ultra. We lost Hippo to 0, and we lost to 0 to 0.
Oh, that's fine.
So we're pretty okay with that at the moment.
Yeah.
We've got Patchwork and 0 on.
Is that a remaster? Is
Yeah.
that a remaster that was just scored?
Yeah,
Yep.
Squad Remastered.
Okay. All right.
I think this turn is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and we've got two tokens on turning wheel early.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
There's been 2 Rashidas, So even though HQ, they didn't put any ice on HQ, there's been a lot of draw.
Yeah, I think we're hitting HQ still. So we were just talking. We think clicks 1, 2 are going to be play hippo, click 0.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking as well. Though I wonder if you want to hit HQ before you do that. But I think you want the money, or you want to do that earlier. So if you hit a good money card, you can maybe slap it down.
Yeah, there's only been one dirty laundry, so finding one would be great right there.
Jeff, what's the thought process behind running HQ first?
I don't know if there's a good one there, to be honest.
It made sense to me when you said it because basically because you're going to disincentivize running HQ at all this turn once you see 4 new options in hand. So if you do it first, you've done it.
The other thing is, like, if you run HQ and you see something to trash, that actually makes running HQ again stronger. And like, so that getting a few more accesses is valuable. And Hippo, I've had worse, is like, this is locked in value.
Yes.
And putting down the Hippo right now doesn't actually progress. It will progress your board state, but it doesn't yet. So checking to get some understanding of what they could be throwing down was sort of my thought.
Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, you can always gamble on the 0 too, and just like if it doesn't hit the I've had worse this time, that's not the worst thing. I mean,
I think
if
losing
you do that
two
after running that in.
I think losing 2 hippos makes me sad.
Oh, you're right. I didn't see the other one in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Patrick. If you can hear. Yeah. Right, so what's the consensus? Do we want to run HQ first? Do we want a 0?
I think both lines are fine because they're not actually presenting that much threat. So it's more about how aggressive you want to be.
I think we need to be aggressive against this. So they've had a lot of draw. They might have some good stuff in hand. We might nab an Aries.
How many cards in hand do you know right now? The ones that you already saw, have they all already come out?
We know Enigma, and we know. Oh, there's a weird one in there, isn't there? There was a card I didn't really know. Market Forces.
Oh, Market Forces.
Yeah.
So we did 2 out of those 3. I mean, 2 out of those 5 are known.
Yeah. So that actually makes that less appealing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. So I'm not patchworking. Right. 2 clicks left.
Yeah, you're just rolling in money now.
Yeah. What do we do? Slap down Rozeki and casts?
Yeah, and then you just start running next turn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do I want to trash the
Okay, you
second?
pitch Black Orchestra. Oh, I guess you could wait. Yeah, because you're going to do it next turn. I would do the Black Orchestra because, well, whatever. I thought patchwork was once per turn. Am I just completely making that up?
No, I didn't. It is once per turn. I didn't patchwork the Rozeki. I patchworked the casts. So.
Got it.
Yeah.
So why did you choose to not put the Black Orchestra in the bin?
Maybe that's a cool play because if they knowing the Enigma, like not showing that is kind of nice.
At the moment,
even though you lose the.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You got it exactly. I'm giving them too much information by putting Black Orchestra in the bin. At the moment, chances are they've got Enigma and Tollbooth to score behind. Whereas if they know I'm set.
Their credit total right now has put them outside of mining accident range, right? We're giving up on that?
Yeah, mining accident's not great anymore, no. So they've only gone through 2 Rashidas.
It's pretty rough. We haven't been able to make them really spend any money. That's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
So you're going to be making 5 at the start of your turn.
Yeah, five at the start of turn is quite nice, really.
Yeah, this is where I wonder if like trashing pad camp, I don't know because I haven't played enough of this style of deck. If trashing the pad campaign makes sense here, like trash pad, trash mode bad, check server 6, clear. But
Well, you definitely
no, you can't do that. Never mind. Ignore all of that.
you can't do that.
No, you can maybe the following turn, but
For me, I think
If they don't,
Sorry, no, you go, Jeff.
if they don't threaten the score, it's almost like you have to wait for the Jeeves or the Stimhag Jeeves play to then use that as an opportunity to trash 2 other things after.
Sure. Yeah. I think we want to be trashing 3 things in one turn, and we're not quite at the credit title yet. And we've still got good 0 targets in hand. It's interesting that they installed quickly and then they're discussing the line now. That makes me think Server 6 is Jeeves or Team Spo.
I think those are the threats you're worried about. I think that could also just be a Pat or a Maryland, right?
True.
Yeah.
If you're CTM here, and especially if you find a team sponsorship, which this list is on, right?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
But if you find that and get it out, there's no reason not to use a turn to fast advance a Beal, right? Because putting yourself on game point with Bologna is so good. So that could come at any time, I feel like, right? Like if you had all those things in hand, why would you save it? As far as using remastered for Beal with a sponsorship out.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
I feel like you would.
Yeah.
Is that Malia?
Yeah.
Linking non-virtuals, right? So it's got to be.
Costs.
Yeah, it seems not worth, but what do I know?
No.
I guess it's actually a decent chunk of money you're losing.
Yeah, but I got the cast for free, so I'm not too sad about it myself. Click 1-0.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good, you got the hit you wanted.
Ah.
I think I run server 4.
The question is, do you want to hit
If
Liberated
you want to
first?
Yeah.
I think doing Liberated and then Liberated lets you have a big power turn next turn, because then you're going to have like so much money.
Yeah.
You're going to have all your relevant breakers in the bay, and you can just start to kind of pick away the board, I think.
I'd be worried. My concern would be Server 6's Team Spo, say. They go 1, 2, 3, score Ares from server 4, Team Spo back, Rashida behind Ice on server 4, and the next
I think
turn.
you could rule out. I think you could rule out Team Spo if they're on Malia.
Yeah.
I don't think you play both Malia and Team Spo in the same deck.
I think you're right.
3.
Because that's 9 influence. That's 9 HP influence in a 12 influence ID. I think you're running either Malia or Team Spo. So my concern would be that they have a Jeeves in server 6 and they're going to score out like a remastered or a Beal and another thing.
Okay.
That'll be my concern, but
I think you
I don't
could.
know.
What's better between checking server 4, checking server 6 or whatever, and only getting like Patchwork Liberated and just one hit off of it? Like, which of those could hurt you more versus doing what was already said and getting the most out of Liberated this turn?
So I guess the thing is, you can't check server 6, trash it, and hit Liberated once, right?
No,
That line just doesn't work.
no.
So if we're playing Liberated, I think it makes sense to. Our only options then are checking server 4, trying to break, and going down to low money. And even if that's like a toll booth, they've got plenty of money. It's probably it might be the Enigma. I'm not sure.
Do we know their HQ? Do we know everything in HQ?
No.
No. We know
one
2
card
cards,
is
though.
still-
The market forces, but that's it. Right?
And we know Enigma as well.
Yeah, Enigma was seen and after all the ice installs, so it's still sitting in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, show of hands. Do we go for the check the servers? Do we go for the live and click and be rich and have a power turn next turn?
I think I'd sooner go for a power turn next turn because they do end up on game point, but if you can dismantle their board state enough or even disrupt HQ enough, I think that makes it a little bit more even.
Yeah, and they don't have that many fast advanced tricks that you can't interrupt by just having lots of money and trashing. That's sort of my thinking.
I think the worst case scenario is that it's a Jeeves in server 6 and a Beal in server 4, and they just score the Beal and then install. Like, worst case scenario is that they then install a Bologna behind in server 4, and then they can do Jeeves advance 4 times remastered for the win.
I don't know if you
That's
saw
the worst case scenario.
We've got all breakers in the bin now. I don't know if you saw that.
That's why I'm actually more a fan of the money up because
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, money up, definitely.
Exactly. All the breakers in the bin makes me feel like that that under the ice is bait or not anything crucial.
Yeah,
But
I mean they didn't know about the Black
this CTM
Orchestra,
does
I
rush.
guess, but
We saw on stream at Worlds, this CTM rushes like a freight train.
It's a train, isn't it? Yeah, it's fast. Rapido. Just grabbing a drink. It'll just be 1 sec, all right?
No problem.
Oh, cool. What we missed. So it was the second Marilyn in server 6. So very glad we didn't check that. It would have been a waste.
So now, next turn, you're going to have 16 credits to start the turn. And a Liberated with 8 credits on it, but we're probably not going to click Liberated. So you probably 0 and then just start to pick apart their board.
Yeah, I think so. I think you 0.
Do you even bother zeroing?
I think you always 0.
No, I think you skip 0 this turn.
Are you sure? Zero finds you a dirty laundry or a stem hack. I mean, you still have to draw again for a stem hack.
Does it? Right, we've seen 1 dirty laundry. There's 2 stem hacks in the list.
Yeah, there's 3 stem
didn't
hacks in the list. Let me just pull the list
Oh,
up.
3.
Pirate Apex.
I mean, that's problematic because you have to draw again, so you lose your power turn if you 0.
Yeah, I'm thinking because you can't hit 3 assets and 0. And you also sort of want to keep in mind that you're trying to stay. Yeah, HHN is a card to be aware of. Though you'll be dripping 5, so you want to end with 3 credits on your turn.
That's the list just for late joiners.
Okay. So
There's
it's
3 stim hack.
3 stim hack, and there's 30 something cards in your deck.
Yeah, what are we on? 31.
31. So it's like roughly a
1 in 15.
roughly an 80% chance that you miss stim hack.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't love the line
Okay.
compared to just going and trashing things.
Yeah, I'd sooner just start like, because you can trash the Mumba, the pad campaign, and then
Yeah, what's the math? What is this actually costing?
So that's telling me that's with Bologna, right?
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
So-
definitely.
Let's see. Malia, Mumbad, and Pad is 10 credits total, right? And then we can shake a tag, end with 4. Oh no, but we save 3 credits because of Bad Pup, because of Val.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're safely out of HHN. They score the Bologna. We're in an interesting board state. That's actually pretty rough because now then you have to R&D lock them.
Yeah, so
Uh,
now thinking that that's Bologna, now it is 0 to see if you find stem hack, right?
I mean-
the remote.
Don't you just hit Liberated instead and hit the remote?
Oh, right.
Because there's nothing this deck does with that you can't break with for 20 credits.
How much is
Yeah,
Toll
like-
Booth block?
3, 3, 3,
9.
right?
9 minus
Yeah.
1, 8.
Oh. This is
No.
so bad.
But we hippo it. On the plus side, we hippo it. So
I mean, that's probably the Enigma, right?
it's
Is what
Enigma
that actually
outside.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could Liberated, and then challenge.
I like liberated, and then charge the remote because, like, it's what's that in total? So 3 to install the Blorch, 3 to break Enigma, 3, 6, 9. So it's 15 in total.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of credits.
It's a lot.
But they are winning the game if they get this. They just win the game unless you
Yeah.
can lock them out.
Yeah. It's
I
a
guess
matter of
that's
how you challenge this, but you have to challenge it.
Yeah, I wonder if you just challenge it last click because they don't have any way of stopping you, right? Just click it 3 times instead. The challenge with that is you might end your turn with a tag if you end up using Hippo.
That would not be ideal.
I mean, you could just save the Hippo. Just
Yeah.
not use it. Like, click liberated twice, don't use Hippo.
Right, we're
Yeah, I
starting.
mean, we're not
it's got
using
2
Hippo
on
on
it
an
anyway.
Enigma anyway, right?
Yeah, we're pretty certain that's Enigma on server 4 outside. I think we run click 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
That forces like this is good turn for them. That's 11 credits. They have 2 from Mumba, so they're gonna go down to 8, which is like, you know.
It's really slowed them down. Oh, that's
I
not.
think just pay. Do you just pay through this trace instead of installing Paperclip?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because if they just boost it super big, you just go in again. So
Do I still install Paperclip?
no.
Nah. Yeah, like if they just like if they clear like if they make a big boost, like you just let it fire, right?
I think that surprised them.
Yeah, like I guess they can then kill your turning wheel, which would hurt, but
That's why we saved the click. No.
Does this list doesn't have labor rights, does it?
No.
No.
Okay. It's running 2 turning wheel?
2
yeah, but we
turning wheel.
binned both. We binned the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I still don't think you want to spend 7 credits to break IP block.
No.
No.
Like if they're going to sink a bunch of money into this, I think it's probably a mistake.
Yeah, no, they've done the right thing here.
I wonder if they're going to find the right number though that makes it harder to rerun it.
I mean, I think we would just install like if they split the difference, I think you just let them vamp themselves.
2p.
Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, with they still have drip. Like they can. Anyway,
Yeah.
they didn't. It's fine. F2P.
Yeah, and we just pay 4
Did
for this
forget
as
about it.
well
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
at strength 5 because we have to print everything to deal with the
Yeah.
Anarch breakers and screw every other icebreaker in the game because of it.
No, you can break this without installing a breaker.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah,
Oh,
you
sorry.
actually break it.
So, if this is Bologna, this run cost us 11.
3 plus 4 plus 7 minus 1 for the bad pub.
Yeah.
That's kind of better than we were thinking.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Yeah. Oh, like we were planning, was it like 11 credits just to get through the ice?
Yeah.
If it was Enigma toll booth.
Yeah. Yeah, Enigma toll booth would be a big blowout.
I think that F2P is a one of. That's interesting that was their first ice they found.
Sorry, I might need to close prompt. There we go. Welcome back, Otis.
Hey.
Things going medium, I would say.
Yeah, it was a lot better ice than you could have got though. It's worked out pretty well for your money.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was watching you guys, but I wasn't really saying much. But I'd have been really tempted to rush it like a turn ago, but there's obviously good cause not to. So interesting comparing it with what I'd have said.
So I think we're in a really good place here.
Yeah.
We're on the
I
same.
think you just tap 0 now, right?
Yeah.
100%.
And now I think you just start checking top of RMD, sweep the hand at some point.
Sure.
But I think that's pretty clearly empty.
Probably empty, and
Still an enigma. And
I feel like part of the CTM plan was for us to do what we just did.
Yeah. But we're starting next turn on 17 credits, so.
Yeah, like we played not to lose, but CTM sort of still driving the ship here.
I think this is just a good advert for why CTM's a really fun ID to play, to be honest.
So New
They
York,
drew. Wow.
New York Poker Night just started. So I'm gonna do two things at once.
Drew.
Yeah.
Presumably they're running DBS, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine they're not, but I don't know Toby's list that well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be weird. I've purposely, just in case people weren't here before, I've purposely not looked at a list. I don't think it's useful to.
I'm trying to think what the line is here because they drew twice.
That's
like,
not great for them.
Do we check the remote here or that new remote? I'm trying to think.
I think so. We're going to gain 3 credits. So we're going to go to 17 credits.
Yeah.
We can 0 if we want to. Like it's
I think we just zero click one because
Well, hold on, because I'm trying to wonder if we want to check the remote and then run R&D and then potentially run HQ, like start doing some actual aggressive poking to find agendas, because they're just about halfway through their deck, right? No, sorry. They're
Yeah.
a quarter-ish of the way through, or a third, whatever that math is. Quarter. And there's probably one more agenda floating around.
what are they on? Are they on 10 agendas with this deck?
no,
It's going to be 3
if-
Balanas, 3 remastered, and 3 Beal, maybe?
Okay.
I don't think it.
No 15
I think
minutes.
no, because if they're not doing Team Spo, they don't run a lot of agendas then, because they're not like if they're not running Team Spo, they're not going to get a lot of Team Spo, or if they're not running Team Spo, it's because they're running a low amount of agendas.
Sure.
They're not going to get that many triggers,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
they could be running like 8, like 3 Bologna.
3 GFI, maybe.
Yeah, they could be doing GFI.
Though you generally don't want GFI with real 3-pointers.
No, so they're probably like 3 Bologna.
That's what I was
3,
thinking.
6, 9.
I guess they could do 3 Bologna, 3 Beal, 2 remastered in a 15 minutes.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
I'm
Something like
keener
that.
on that agenda suite. I think you want 15 minutes in,
So,
like,
but that's
you need a good reason not to be on 15 minutes.
yeah. So I mean,
I mean,
that's 9 agendas, so they should have seen roughly a quarter of their agendas here, which would be 2. So it's not great odds, but you can start poking around.
Should we run server 8?
Yeah, I feel like I'm not scared of that outer server. Is it bad to run it? Like, what if it's something you really want to trash? Then you could click 0 after.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
thoughts too. Yeah, like I think we just let that go.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not massively happy about it. When we've got
I mean, see the problem is our window to kind of disrupt their drip is kind of gone, because they've got 2 Marylands, or they've now fired off 2 Marylands. They've had a pack campaign running for however long,
yeah.
and a Mumbo Temple, so like they haven't had to spend any money.
No.
It's not
So-
completely gone yet. If they're on 16, it is getting close, isn't it? Right. At the end of it.
Yeah, I feel like when CTM has more than like a dozen credits, your window to constrain their econ is passed.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Killing the Malia might be worth it because it's like 5 credits for you, but I'm not even sure that's for 8 credits for you. So that's spending a click. It's spending 2 clicks and 4 credits to get 8. It's not really worth it, actually. Never
Yeah.
mind.
No.
Yeah, I might just start hitting R&D here.
I want to 0 because
Sure.
I don't see what
Yeah.
next turn looks
I
like.
get, so the advantage of going R&D first is they can res the ice. You can hippo it and then put the other hippo down and then hit 0.
Nice. Yeah. No, that's
Oh, that's very good.
That's a really cool line. Yeah. We're going for a single access here, aren't we? We're just seeing what they're picking up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point we're going to build counters and sweep because there's now 2 cards we don't know.
Yeah.
No, 3 cards we don't know, right? We just know
3.
Market Forces or whatever it's called, and
Yeah. Market Forces and Enigma, we know.
or no, Special Report, right?
No,
Special
it's Market
Report and
Forces.
Enigma.
Market Forces. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think killing this Enigma is probably worth it.
Yeah, I think so. I think we want to start to
Yeah.
get breakers out. We're in a good So do I bin the mining accident to install?
So if you do, it means you don't get to hit 0.
Yeah.
But if you're hippoing Enigma, you're going to want to click to clear the tag unless you want to try and beat the trace.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So I think you can patchwork and save yourself. Yes, yeah. So if you do that, this is a free install.
Yeah. We hippo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably just take the tag, right?
Almost certainly.
You're not so good on money that paying 4 to save the click makes sense. You're not that click compressed yet.
Yeah, and the credit differential between the two sides is like it's still slim enough that if they do want to hard hitting news us, it's going to hurt them a fair bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we just take it.
Yeah. Trash.
That's high value there.
Hard trash. And we run again.
I might run R&D again, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think they're taking a break while they're crying. I think that's big trash.
Yeah, because judging by the fact that they went draw, they seem to be in a bit of a rush.
I think we leave it.
Yeah.
It's a dead card, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got nothing left to res. Yeah, I was almost about to be like, do we use a turning wheel to see one deeper? But I don't know.
I think at some point we want to sweep their hand.
I'd rather go for a big turning wheel than a maker's eye every other turn, or not even a maker's eye, an RDI.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't they're in a bit of a tricky spot here?
Yep.
We've still got a ton. We've still got a ton of econ in the deck as well. Worth bearing in mind.
I mean, we've still got a lot of deck. Like we've got most of the deck still to go.
Yeah, we haven't seen Bravados. We can rebirth. I don't think rebirth is particularly valuable in this game.
What do you? I suppose while we're letting them take their turn, what do you rebirth into against CTM?
I mean, your choices are right, Omar, Ed, and Freedom, right?
But they're HQ, surely just going into HQ and clearing it out a bit.
Ugh.
I think I'd be tempted by Omar because then they ice up R&D and you just run archives with your turning wheel and
that seems reasonable.
Yeah. I think Freedom's not a bad choice either.
Yeah, I feel like you would want a data sucker because there's so many one cost things here.
Yeah.
And you've already seen all the Rashidas, so
sure.
But yeah, I think we're actually stealing that Balana was a real win for us.
Going for the left field choice.
How bad's Nat as rebirth?
Pretty bad.
Why?
Getting a credit when you have low hand size isn't. I don't think one extra drip in this circumstance is going to be as good as Omar saying you have to ice 3 servers to stop you from just winning on single accesses.
Okay.
I mean, if you want an ID that's going to give you like a little bit of drip, like would you not just rebirth into Hashiko?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I
That's
think.
that's a relatively unconditional 1 credit a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because with Patchwork, you're actually turning that card straight up into money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is this CTM on Kill?
No.
Or is it on Psycho?
I'm pretty certain it's on Psycho.
Yeah.
I think the Malia is pretty indicative of that they're doing the HP, so they're doing Jeeves.
Yeah.
And hoping to Psycho you.
Yeah. Ed is maybe worth thinking about, but I think generally Ed is always a more attractive idea in theory than in practice.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you can hit the Psycho, but Freedom also hit
Yeah, Freedom does also hit Psycho.
Psycho with the upshot of then you can kill an MVT as well without sinking 5 credits into it.
Killing the MVT is a big deal.
I feel like the conversation's moved on, but my wife often says that Ed's more attractive in theory than in reality.
So they've no Rashidas left, right?
No, I think that's all 3 gone.
Yeah, they seem to be like if their last turn was draw 1 install, I feel like DBS is now like a high priority hit. Now that all the Rashidas are gone, because they seem to be trying I think they want to try and dig themselves out of it, but they seem to be in a hole. And they need to dig themselves out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And they
I'm
haven't
actually
jammed
wondering
anything,
if
so
HQ
does
is
that make sweeping the hand bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like run R&D and then sweep the hand. Especially if they're not putting down ice.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not. They've got an Enigma in hand. I don't know why we haven't seen it yet. Here we go. Right, we sweep remotes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyone disagree? And I'm going to work from server 9 out.
Sure. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
We're also back to knowing. Yeah. I don't think there's anything that reason for ordering it a different way, but I think if we're just going to sweep them,
Should we leave that?
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
that suggests strongly that we should sweep the hand after we run server 11. Actually, maybe we just sweep the hand now. But
I was just about to say, I think we run HQ and double click turning wheel. Agreed?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's actually never mind. There's never even if that's a Jeeves, I think you can actually leave that Jeeves for a turn.
Oh, no, bad. Server 11's market forces then, isn't it?
No, because that's a operation.
Where's it gone?
So they must have discarded it.
I didn't see them. I didn't see it go. Okay.
I mean, they've got 2 face down in archives. Presumably, it's one of those.
Yeah, no, I thought they had 2 down when we saw market forces. There we go. Anyway.
Do we check server 11, right? Server 11 are at the top of R&D, and I think I'd rather 11.
So we're getting hard-hitting news.
I might rather R&D, but I'm not sure. I feel like you don't put down 2 Beals. Because that you lose the game right there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
What is server 11 then? Probably Jeeves.
Yeah, that's...
Jeeves sounds right.
Worst case is a DPS, and they get 1 fire. I think. Okay.
Right. So they've now got IP block.
Well, the problem is they're going to gain a lot of money now. They have another Maryland campaign. So they're going to gain 4, 5, 6. So they're definitely hard hitting us, and it's not going to set them back a whole lot now.
No.
Was it just another one bed? Yeah. Okay.
Cursor.
At this point, if they do hard hitting news you, what do you reckon? I'd be tempted to almost, like, obviously don't fight the trace because they've got the money on that, but do you clear the track straight away, or do you just power R&D because it's open?
I mean, I'm assuming they're going to. So the thing is, they can throw IP block down.
Yeah, that's the point. They've got 2 of them now, haven't they?
Yeah.
I forget that then.
Just nip into the bathroom. One sec.
So yeah, we're going to clear the tags if they hard hitting us, because we can't afford to go tag me, and we're ahead anyway. So like we can take the tempo hit because we're on game point now, assuming they don't have 15 minutes. Assuming they're running only 2 and 3 pointers, we're on game point. So I think we can afford to take a turn to clear tags.
Yeah, I mean, what they're going to do, they'll install 2 IP blocks or an Enigma, and then hard hitting users. And you clear the tags. Hope they don't draw anything too good on the next turn, and then on our next turn you draw, get cash, don't get back in the game.
Yeah, I think we sit back and rebuild tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's a lot of cash still in the deck, so hopefully that should start appearing.
Yeah, because like we've got 2 gambles, 2 dirty laundries, 3 stab hacks,
All 3 bravado.
3 bravado. The bravado is really hard to use in this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, we're here. Let me just refresh. Oh no. Thank goodness.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah, I don't usually refresh. I would usually ping them first and go.
Oh, come on.
Right.
Right, okay, we're good. I should have been prompted to spend 2 credits for each card I made off. Oh yeah, NASX. NASX needs to be manual, I think. Almost certain. Does anyone know that NASX?
Hover over it.
I'm pretty certain I've had this issue before.
Yeah, it's manual. You have to do it yourself.
Yeah, that's also a waste of their time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's sooner
If they
just
wanna
like
spend a click
install
doing
2 ice
that.
and hard hitting.
Yeah, 2, right.
That's the right line. It's either install 2 ice and hard hitting, or install an agenda in that remote and install an ice on R&D and hard hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's X's. I imagine it's useful in some situations, but this doesn't seem like one of them.
No. No, they're way ahead on money. NASX isn't. I don't know what they're achieving here.
Like, yeah, I don't get it. Unless I was gonna say, unless they're hoping we go tag me so that they can like potentially psycho out a big deal, but their money is good enough that they'll be able to do that anyway.
They can't put 6 counters on it though. They can only put 4, right?
2 from Maryland.
And 2 from pad.
1 from Bad.
Well, it's whenever you gain credits from a card,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
spend
yeah.
up to 2. So it should only be 4. Because Mass X doesn't trigger itself, but when trying to do my how many credits can you possibly maximally make?
Oh, they had two. They had 2 Marylands, but the last. So how do I explain this?
Oh, the Maryland right. Get a Maryland that ticked over.
Yeah.
So that means then that they don't have an IP, but they only have the 1 IP block. Unless they draw it again. But yeah, that's...
I thought we saw 1 in hand when we swept it 2 turns ago, and then 1 on top of R&D.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they've got
one-
2.
one
They had
behind.
1 on top of R&D, 1 in hand. So they got Enigma in hand and HHN in hand. Can you? Is that true? Can you just click NASX?
That's what it said then on doing it when you hovered over it. I'm not entirely sure. I've not used it myself, but
No, I think I've used it once and it didn't work, and so I pitched it out of the deck. For ease. I think this is very useful, by the way. This is a really useful exercise.
yeah, no, it's definitely been interesting listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like this.
Interesting they haven't done any ice. Drawn, taking the money.
I don't get popping the NASX.
I'm not really sure about drawing either, but
Oh, so they drew pop NASX. Yeah, it's either just install stuff and then hard hitting us.
yeah, like you say, with 2 IP blocks on the remote, that's stopping us going anywhere anytime soon.
They're not even going to hard hitting us.
That's interesting. Because we didn't see anything they could install, did we?
No.
No. So
We've got to run server for. Well, they can't win the game, right? So they can't win the game next turn, right?
no.
So do we just try and improve our position this turn?
We could probably
think so.
afford to. We could probably afford to like draw 0, or maybe if we don't. I don't think we care too much about the hippo.
I don't think we do.
No, I think the IP block and the F2P, we're not going to use breakers on, are we? So
No.
So we can. We can 0 to start a turn. Maybe try and get a little bit more money. Like it's not like our money's running out, but it's.
That's nice.
Yeah, nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So then, do we just provide the remote?
I
Because
think so. Yeah, I think we provided
can
the remote.
work out
Yeah.
the same money by the end of it.
Just wonder whether we dirty laundry R&D first. I don't think it hurts, because then what are our clicks after we provide the remote?
If it's a trashable, we're just going to remove the tag. But I don't know what is a trashable that they would want to put behind.
We've definitely seen 3 Rashidas.
remote?
Yeah, we've seen all 3 Rashidas.
I don't think you put a
If
DBS
it's
behind a
DBS, then
remote.
it's just. Wait.
If it's DBS,
So yeah, you could probably. Yeah, if it's a DBS, we trash it and we clear the tag. I reckon we can probably dirty laundry R&D.
is there a reason to dirty laundry HQ over R&D?
Don't think so, because I think
There's 3 items
the only
and isn't
type we
there?
didn't see is in server 4.
Yeah.
2
I
IP
think-
blocks in the hard-hitting news.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, yeah.
I think as well without a DBS, R&D locking them is a really nice prospect. I think we have to let that one slide.
Yeah.
If we want to contest the remote, I don't think we can trash Jeeves off R&D.
Jeff, we've just seen Jeeves at the top of R&D. We zeroed into Bravado and Dirty Laundry. Dirty Laundry R&D, knowing that we're going to run server 4 next click. And we've just seen Jeeves at the top, which I think we leave, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, if they did an HHN.
Yeah, they did an HHN. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So makes you back 6 of the 7 you spend on that remote.
Yeah.
Or no, it makes you back 5 of the 7. Seems like it's worth running.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not. This isn't on like weird 1x snare, is it?
I fucking hope not. So like they could boost like a shitload of money into this trace.
And then we just bounce and take a tag, right?
Yeah, we just take the tag and clear it.
Sorry. Yeah, we take the tag. Oh.
Yeah.
We don't install paperclip, do we?
No.
Nope. No need to siphon ourselves here. Let them siphon them.
Yeah. Yeah. How's everyone's throwback games been going?
Siphon's a good card.
Yeah. We were talking to Eric about it yesterday, and he said he doesn't want to ban Siphon in the format unless like 100% of people are on Siphon.
I don't know. I think there are corps that can survive Siphon.
Yeah.
Like that's the obvious choice, I think, is just putting Siphon into 419 or into Leela or something.
Yeah.
And just like I think if it's that obvious enough that I think people are gonna just like tech for it.
I mean, I think just Andromeda is better than Siphon, but
Yeah, totally. Like I'd rather just play good stuff Crim and just have 9 cards in my
Yeah.
opening hand.
Yes, fair
Yeah.
point.
Bravado was such a nuts card.
That's
Its
so good.
numbers are 1 too high.
In terms of the money you get back.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Oof, that's good. That's a good play.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, I think we still have enough to clear the tag afterwards, right? Because we're going to
Yeah,
get back.
so we're going to go to 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we clear one tag and we're at 10 or 9. Rizeki
9.
trips up.
They have to hard hitting us now.
Mm-hmm. Though I guess we know that they would have had to have drawn it in that turn where they drew 3 times and did not, or twice and did nothing.
But we know it's in hand.
Oh, do we? We saw it?
Yeah, when we sweeped.
I'm sorry, I
HQ.
forgot.
No, it's all good.
I got distracted by a pie.
What flavor?
Apple and raspberry.
Ooh. Ooh.
You do realise that savoury pies are a thing as well?
I mean, yes, I could eat an inferior food, but
Ooh. Fighting words.
I've got a lovely story about some fire being thrown in France with fish and chips. I'll save it for off topic one day when fish and chips come up for the 20th time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. We have to clear all 4, don't we?
Yeah, because we can't let them really trash the turning wheel.
No.
Yeah. So they could. What could they do?
We've got the Jeeves down now, so that's going to give them a lot of now.
Yeah.
Draw
Yeah,
3 times
Jeeves.
and install something in set 4.
I mean, they could also score something out. That could be just they could have.
They would put it behind the remote, though, if they were going to.
Yeah, there's no reason not to put it behind the right, is there?
That's true.
Yeah, you see, bankers they're not gaining anything from putting bankers out now, are they? They've won the credit game, so.
I think it's like draw. If it's not something we immediately want to play, hit 0, just build back up.
Yeah.
Try not to run this turn.
Yeah, definitely don't run next turn. Unless we have to, but I can't see a reason.
I mean, they can't really present a lethal board state for at least 2 turns.
No.
Actually, they really have to score the Volana to have a lethal board state quickly.
Yeah. I think ideally they sneak through a Bio, and then that way they can install Bologna, and then Jeeves click it, remastered.
Yeah, because 13's Jeeves, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, it does.
I have no idea what the logic is behind not playing it.
Yeah. No, it has to be because we know their hand is 2 IP blocks and Enigma as well.
Yeah, they have a handful of ice.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're choosing not to install it even here. There we go.
So draw 0. Well, draw.
I think we still 0 that. Oh, no, no, maybe we draw and gamble with Patchwork.
Yeah,
I like Patrick Gamble. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let me get the ordering right. That one.
draw again, I guess.
And then just draw again, I think. I mean, it sucks to not use 0, but we can't run, so drawing is what we've got.
Yeah. Fine.
We're fine zeroing that away next turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think them installing an agenda in server 4 is a lot scarier than them putting down a piece of ice.
Yeah, which suggests they haven't got an agenda in HQ.
Yeah.
It could be on like. Could it be on like 8 agendas?
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
could. Yeah.
Three Balana.
what's the other 5-3 they would be running?
Green Mill.
Green Mill?
Degree Mill is so blank.
Oh, it is 100%. You probably like. You could do 3 Balana, 1 Degree Mill. That's 12.
3 Beals would be 18, and then 1 remastered.
That's 4. That's 8 agendas.
I think if you're trying to go fast, you want more than 8, though, right? If you're trying to out tempo.
Yeah, but then you want team spy.
No, you're not on Team Spell on this list.
Yeah, but you're saying
No,
if you're not on team spy, then you're not. The speed isn't the issue because I know this deck goes fast. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't even think it's so much it goes fast. I think it. I remember watching Kevin Tame's stream with Toby, and he said that you can rush, but your goal is actually kind of to build like a fairly taxing remote with like 2 pieces of ice. So something like an IP block and a toll booth, or an IP block and an F2P, and then you can just kind of jam behind that and
win out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and just win out like that.
Yeah, when I was watching it earlier and it was just the one ice, I was reminded of the final where it was just wraparound, wasn't it? Thinking you didn't have a paper clip to hand and you could just push them out really quickly behind that, but yes, it worked out okay this time.
Yeah.
Toby, watching him play it was pretty incredible because he just made some like ballsy plays that I would never have made. Like just like, oh, I'm just gonna like put this Beal behind a single wraparound, and if they've got it, they've got it, but probably don't.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I think that's the thing as well, isn't it? You don't necessarily need. You've got 8 agendas, but you've got a Beal. You don't need to go digging for other agendas. You can just over advance that Beal as cocky as you're feeling until you score it.
Yep, I would hit that 0.
Yeah. Nice. Ice cover's not relevant here, so
I might dirty laundry
14.
R&D.
Okay.
Because you would still have the 9 to break a toll booth, and you put the toll booth on R&D. I mean, honestly, you probably just bounce, but
Yeah, it's probably IP or an Enigma, isn't it?
I want to see you for what?
I mean, you could dirty laundry 14 just to play it guaranteed, and that's probably not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to think is like what threats are in 14 that you care about. I guess an agenda, because server 13 is Jeeves.
But that'd be weird. There's no reason to put it in 14 other than it looks like something we're not concerned about.
Yeah, he's already tried the naked Beal once.
Yeah.
Risky to do it again.
Is there a case for dirty laundering archives?
I mean, I think it's about 0 that there's an agenda in there.
Yeah.
They haven't been flooded, so
No.
So we know there's 3 cards in HQ that are unknown.
Yeah.
Depending on what the ice is on R&D.
Yeah, assuming the ice on R&D is either an IP block or an Enigma.
I don't know what to do here. My gut instinct is probably to dirty laundry HQ, get a token, then run R&D, and dig 2.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Anyone disagree?
We don't need to go. Like, we don't need to go super fast. Like, we're on game point.
Yeah, that's the other.
Yeah.
We could just keep trying.
Yeah.
But
Actually, yeah, I kind of prefer just maybe drawing once.
And then we play I've had
Because
worse.
now you can
Agree.
dirty laundry patchwork with the ice carver next turn, hit the I've had worse
Exactly.
combo. Yeah.
So I've had worse now, yeah?
No, we dirty
Sorry.
laundry and then we pitch
Use-
the ice carver.
And then next turn we can or some future turn we can I've had worse with 0.
And draw like a million cards.
Yeah, sure. So HQ?
Yeah.
Yep. I think HQ is actually okay. The like blind Beal on the board does suggest maybe some flood, so you never know. And the turning wheel counter is not bad.
Second mile, yeah, no trash.
I guess yeah, it's just a resource, right? Or
Yeah, it's virtual.
Yeah.
It's non-virtual resource, so we're not
okay,
worried about
yeah,
turning
yeah,
wheel.
you're not installing any of those. Yeah, legwork R&D is okay. Take a credit, I think, is also okay. Or Maker's Eye R&D. I think either is fine. Let's see, if they hit you with a toll booth here, which we don't think they have, so maybe not worth thinking about. It's probably Enigma or Wraparound.
Yeah.
I mean, IP block.
Yeah.
But if it is the IP block, you have to spend 7 credits, which puts you at 9. So it's okay for recovering from the second HHN.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we don't want to check 14.
I don't think
It's-
there's
it's
enough
all-
scary.
Yeah. We're too far behind on points as well.
Yeah, sure. So we are running HQ, running R&D rather.
R&D.
Yeah.
Like again, like without a DBS, I think R&D locking them where possible is really good.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I don't like this play personally. I think click for credit was preferable, but
I mean, you get hit either way, right? Like,
yeah.
But I think there's a decent chance. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think you have to install Paperclip here, which does like you could end up in an awkward spot. So maybe this was the wrong call.
Yeah, it's easy in hindsight, but we break this, yeah.
Yeah. And then we use turning wheel?
I would, because I think there's a like
They're over halfway through their deck actually. Turning wheel, like we could get lucky. We could snipe a Beal here.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like we just need one agenda to win. Seeing 3 cards makes it decent. Yep, that's the game.
There we go. There we go, GG.
I would have put the I mean, it doesn't matter at all, right? But I think you put the daily casts and whatever breaker you've got a third of.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
We're
on to Greenmill.
Yeah, so I went back and looked at this list. He's on 8 agendas. You called it.
Oh,
1 next to Greenmill, 3 Beals, 3 Belanas, and a remastered. Which I think makes some sense when you're in a heavy Leela meta.
Yeah, and like you're not running Team Spo, so you're not gonna get you're gonna win with 3 agendas probably. So you're not gonna get a whole lot of value there.
Yeah, I missed the NASX turn.
So they NASX'd. What did they do? They NASX'd, installed the Mumbad. No, they drew, popped NASX, installed the Mumbad in server 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems not
was
great.
it Mumbad in server 4?
Yeah.
Oh, Mumbad, yeah, it's MVT in server 4, wasn't it? Yeah. Which was a really good play. I think that was their top play.
Like so that whole play in total drained us for 12, 14
18
credits.
18 credits, wasn't it? With the hard, if you take into account the hard to use as well, which I think is
So
reasonable.
it was three to get through the IP block, 4 to get through the FTP,
Yeah.
and 5. So 4 plus 4 is 7. Plus 5 is 12. One bad pub is 11. Then we
And then a
clear